Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the check-in video. I don't usually do these. Actually, I've never done one of these, but I just recently passed a milestone. A few months ago, I got over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. And after checking out my channel for a couple of months now, I have been approved for monetization, which means I can start collecting 1/20th of a penny every time somebody watches one of my videos. So over a year, I make about $100, and I can buy a few SD cards or a couple of these. So thank you, that will help. Some of you have been with me for almost 10 years now, since the beginning when my channel used to be called Spock's Music and the title page was different. And then a couple years later, I guess Google took over YouTube and changed the name to my Google name, which is my actual name, Michel Plourde. They suggested because I've hit 1,000 videos, I put out a thank you video, which is what this is all about. And I thought I'd tell you what to expect on my channel over the next year or so and what I've been working on. I haven't put up very many videos because I worked on a couple of big projects that haven't got finished. One of them was a big orchestral score. It's another one of my Stars of the Constellations. This is for Bellatrix and Orion. I've been working on it for a couple of years, and I haven't finished the piece. The ending needs to be fixed. As far as the Music with Spock videos go, I was working on one called The Personalities of Notes, and it ended up being very long, about 20 minutes, and there's still a couple things I have to explain, so that's going to be a 3-parter or a 4-parter. And I got tired of working on it, and then I got busy, and then Christmas came up, and then the end of the term at Cerberus, and we had exam, and now I'm into a new term, and I'm starting to teach a music history course, and I'm spending most of my time researching that. So I won't be doing much over the next month or so. However, I've got a couple videos that are almost finished. One is the Psycho theme, played on melodicas, and that's just about finished, so I'll stick that up in the next day or two. And I'm working on a piece, there's another Stars of the Constellation thing, which is kind of woodwind wash, and what it needs is a solo flute part over top, and that's the only part I need to finish for that piece. I was working on one of my electroacoustic pieces from a long time ago, which was called 80 Winks for Cerberus and No Dreams of Bones. And so I got all the parts and I put them together and tried to finish the piece, but they were recorded at different levels and the thing needs to be mastered and probably needs a once over after that. The video is almost finished for it, and I'll show part of it here. Going back to that video about the personalities of the notes, while I was working on that, I decided, what I need to do is just put up a new series of videos showing how music works, but in smaller increments. So I've already got the main title done for that. Theory, performance, rhythm, harmony, line and form, acoustics, notation, orchestration, neurology, and perception. These are the keys to understanding music. And so we'll take a concept like notes and the staff and eventually 4-part chords and the harmonic overtone series, and one by one talk about all that. And there'll be a series of, I've got 20 different topics worked out, and some of them have 3 videos per, so it'll take a few years to finish that. As far as the performance videos are concerned, I have been recently trying to learn how to play saxophone, and I've been working on a bunch of classical pieces, which I'm going to put up me playing mostly flute or melodica melody and some kind of accompaniment. When I'm finished the piece, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the score for the part and put up the accompanying part so other people can play over top of it as well. So they can be one of these play-along videos. I've been working on a number of television show themes, the Newhart theme, I Dream of Jeannie theme, the Perry Mason theme, and And I've been working on a few other tunes, just trying to put together arrangements on unusual instrumentation, like the Psycho theme, played on melodicas, and a couple of rock tunes played on flute and various other instruments. Sooner or later, I'm going to do a series on how to play bass. And I have a loop pedal that I haven't used in years, and I'm going to start putting up a few loop pedal tunes. I don't do a lot of jazz, but I have been working on my jazz chops, and will eventually put up a few jazz performance videos. For right now, I'm going to work on easy standards like Killing Joke and There Will Never Be Another You and stuff like that. And I do have some original jazz pieces, mostly written back in my college days and for about 5-10 years after that, so I'm eventually going to put a few of those up as well. For those of you who are relatively new subscribers, I have a ton of playlists. Depending on what device you're watching this on, you may or not be able to get to all of them. Sometimes it only shows the first 8 or so, but I've got about 60. Some of them are me performing things, some of them are my pieces, and they're grouped microtonal pieces, pieces for solo piano, pieces for orchestra, tonal pieces. And I also have a lot of playlists that are educational, put together with other people's videos. Probably the most popular of my playlists is one called Historical Films from 1888 to the 1910s, and that's has close to 60,000 views. And it's got all the pertinent films made by Edison and the Lumiere brothers, and it concentrates on the first 20 years of film. And I have some other playlists, which I'll throw in a few inserts here. Depending on what kind of device, you may or may not be able to get to them, but you can always search them. Michel, Plourde, and microtonal music, or historical films, Michel, Plourde, and that should get you through a search. On top of all that, sooner or later I will do a video just showing off my studio. And there's all this stuff up on the walls, and it's all there for a purpose. And there are different sections, my microtonal music and stuff to work on, and historical things. And I will probably eventually do a series of videos called Stuff on My Walls, where it'll zoom into one thing and there's one section, and I'll talk about, oh, these are the pieces I'm working on, or here's some stuff about microtonal notation, and there's stuff on the back wall that has, and so, you know, I'll do a series of videos on that too. So in closing, I just want to once again say thank you for subscribing to my channel, and just let me know what you want to see, and I'll try to accommodate you. Thank you very much.